time for more listeners' takeover, and we have a question from Sam. I'm new to cycling, especially to road cycling culture. Is there a thing of what saddle to handlebar drop ratio is seen as appropriate or cool to be a serious cyclist, or should I not care about this and just keep riding? I've consulted a bike fitting service for choosing the frame size and riding position, and I'm at a 5cm saddle to bar drop and I'm comfortable with it. The setup just doesn't look that sporty or pro, but I'm not that into racing and more into long distance rides. Should I be worried about this, and does anybody else even care about this except me?
If you're comfortable on the bike, then that's the right fit. Doesn't matter how high your saddle is. It's all to do with how long your legs are, really. Mm-hmm. If you've got short legs and you've got a high saddle, it's just not going to work. So don't worry about how high your saddle is, what it looks like. If it's comfortable, then it's the right height. I've been lucky enough to go on training camps with some pros, and I asked this same question to a pro. You love
a name drop, don't you?
Oh, yeah, I didn't say what the pros were. And I asked the same question. I asked them about bike fit, and the answer was, if you can go out for a 5-hour ride, and when you get back and you can walk without any pain, that's your bike's right. So if that saddle height is fine for you, if you can go out for hours and come back and walk around without any pain and not have any issues on the bike, it's exactly the right height for you. There's no actual height that your saddle should be anyway.
When I got into cycling, when I did that, cycling was like a social media thing. There was lots of little collectives popping up, and everything was about being cool and looking cool. And at that point, which is probably a decade ago now, it was a big saddle to bar drop looked better. And I'm assuming that Sam is thinking about that, as in, like, what should my bike look like? And I think the more I've gone on with riding, the more bikes I've ridden, the more I am in your camp where you are now, which is, I do not care what it looks like as long as it fits right, it rides well, it feels right, it has that nice, when I get out of the saddle, it's got that zip that I want it to have. And if that means that the bars are higher than the saddle, or I've got, I don't know, one wheel, I don't know, something stupid, I don't care. I do not care what it looks like. I don't care what I look like on the bike or what I'm wearing. I want it to be comfortable and enjoyable, and I want to be able to keep coming back to that bike and enjoying it. And that's my priority. Well, yeah. And that's what everyone should prioritize, in my opinion.
Yeah, even if you go back to look at the pros, when they had steel bikes, the top tube was basically like that.
Yeah.
Horizontal. You maybe see that much of the seat tube, on some of them. Mm-hmm. So they'd be quite flat looking. So, wouldn't worry too much about it. And it's all to do with, as well, with the top tube, how far, wasn't it the Giant TCR was the first bike with the top tube that sloped a little bit, I think. So it's, however, whatever the angle is on your top tube, then your saddle is going to look higher anyway. So it all depends on the geometry of the bike itself.
Yeah.
Or the frame itself, sorry.
Yeah. Sam, I would say, I feel like a proper, agony aunt. It's like one of those little columns, isn't it?
Dear Deirdre.
Dear Deirdre, yeah. I could be Deirdre. Don't worry about it. Don't care what people think. Enjoy riding your bike and do whatever you need to do to enjoy riding your bike comfortably and want to keep coming back to it. If you want to send in any questions or stories for us to read out on future episodes, you can by sending them to wildonespodcast@cademedia.co.uk. That's the third time I've said that.